In the second chapter, we will study working of PLC. So, in the first lecture, we have seen the block diagram. First chapter, we have seen the block diagram of PLC and various topics related to chapter 1. Now, we'll start chapter 2. Now, these are the syllabus of chapter 2. Contents are, we will see the basic operation and principles of PLC. Then in this chapter we will discuss architectural details of the processor, memory structure, input output structure, programming terminal and power supply. We have studied the block diagram of PLC. In that we were having input module that takes the input from various sensors like push button, contact switches. The sensor may be temperature sensor or humidity sensor. Any sensor can be there at the input module. Input module basically takes information from the sensors and gives this information to the processor. In the processor we will write our program, and accordingly what function we want to do, that we will tell to the output device, and we will control the output devices in this method. So input module takes the input. Another part is your processor, very important, which takes your programs and controls over the outputs. So on the output modules, several devices are connected. Suppose you want to control a fan, you want to control a motor, so that will be connected to the output module. So input module takes the information from the sensor. Processor in the processor executes the instructions or the program that we write, that is executed in the processor part, and according to the program it produces the output. So basically it is controlling the output devices. Like if it gives 1, that means the output device, it will tell the output device to make it on. When it will give 0, so it will tell the output device to be switch off. So in this way the output devices are controlled through the processor. To the processor, some programming devices are also connected, and power supply section feeds the supply to all the modules connected in the PLC. So in this chapter basically we will start what is the function of PLC operation, or what is its principle. So just I have discussed that input devices, it will read all the input signals through the input interface, right? Input interface, then executes the user program stored in the application, that I have already told you, that executes the user program stored in application memory, and then based on whatever control scheme or the program we have written or any user has written, it will turn the field output device on or off. So it will control the output devices. It will give 0 or 1 to control it, and similarly various control processes are controlled using PLC in this way. This process of sequentially reading the inputs, executing the program in the memory and updating the output is known as scanning. This complete process, in which we are reading various inputs, we are executing the program and updating the outputs, this whole process is called basically scanning. So the process of sequentially reading the inputs, executing the program in the memory and updating the output is called scanning. It's very important. So in the next part we will see scanning. So in PLC operation is performed basically in 4 phases. There are 4 phases. Phase 1 is your input status scan. The second phase is logic solver, or it is also called program execution. Actually second and third we can take it as one. In these we are basically doing logic solving and program execution. So in the next phase we are doing output status scan. So these are the 3 important parts of PLC operation. So first phase is input status scan. In this scan means reading, we want to scan any device, means we want to read any device, or we want to read the data at the sensors, or that is input through some switches. So input status scan means a PLC scan cycle begins with the CPU reading the status of its input. So in this method, CPU is basically reading all the inputs that are given at the input module through this phase 1. In phase 2, the application program is executed using the status of inputs. Whatever inputs we will be having, it is 1 or 0, which devices has sent the signal 1, or which device, input device has sent the signal 0. Accordingly, the application program is executed. In phase 3, the CPU performs diagnostic and communication task. Diagnostic means it checks if all the inputs are what is the status of inputs. Diagnose means to check any problem, and communication task it also see ki if we want to send the output, all the ports, all the devices should be properly connected, then and then only communication can take place. So this is in second and third phase we are doing logic solving, where we are executing the program, we are reading the status of inputs, and doing the programming and checking or diagnosing the program and the communication ports, etc. So in phase 4, there is phase 4 is called output status scan. In this scan method, whatever output any program, after execution of program, what is the status of various output devices, that is stored, is sent to the actuator or the output devices. Like output devices, actuator or output devices can be anything like servo motors or any type of motor, it can be any fan. So the cycle ends by updating the outputs. So in output scan, basically we are sending the all the information of variable that is stored at the phase 2 in the CPU to the output module, and that is stored at the output module, and that is further updating the output devices. So this is called output status scan. When the phase 4 is completed, the entire cycle again begins from phase 1 input scan. So these processes will continue, phase 1, then phase 2, 3, 4, and then 1. So this type of all the scanning, this operation repeats in PLC. So this is called scanning. The time it takes to implement a scan is called scan time. So if we talk about scan time, what is scan time? It is the time required for solving the control program or the program that the user has written, and input output update time, and जो भी हमें आउटपुट को अपडेट करने का टाइम लगा है दैट इज ऑल्सो देयर, एंड टाइम रिक्वायर्ड टू रीड द इनपुट्स एंड अपडेट द आउटपुट. सो ऑल दिस टाइम will make scan time. So scan time is in reading the input, program scan time, sending the output update time, all these will combine and then it will become the scan time. So the program scan time generally depends on the amount of the memory taken by the control program and the type of instructions used in the program. The time to make a single scan can vary from 1 millisecond to 100 millisecond. One time scanning, it takes around 1 millisecond to 100 millisecond. So scanning, we can see PLC operation here in a single diagram. While PLC is running, the scanning process includes the 4 phases. In phase 1, we are reading the input scan. In phase 2, program execution is there. In phase 3, diagnostic and communication checks are there. In phase 4, output scan is there. After phase 4, phase 1 repeats again. So this is called PLC operation.